All right, y'all, it's your boy Zxous, and I want to make the Should You Summon video as soon as possible, even though we have patch notes out, because in my last video, where I was reviewing Miss Jill Valentine's video, I made a blatant mistake on one simple fact, and that was the simple fact that I said Ada Wong and Jill Valentine will not work together. No. I got that completely wrong because I was thinking of Miss Arcana and Isabel, right? I was thinking of Miss Arcana and Isabel. And literally I got that completely wrong. So I do want to clear this up right now. Jill Valentine and Ada Wong are going to be meant for each other, actually, right? And the reason where I got it wrong is this right here, where it says activates when entering a full burst, affects all burst 3 allies who previously casted their burst skill. Now, the difference is when you look at Crown, hers says the exact same thing, word for word, bar for bar. But if you look at Arcana's, who I, in the moment, was thinking of, hers says at the end of a full burst. That's the mix-up. So before you get into a full burst, you use a burst 1, a burst 2, then a burst 3, then you go into a full burst. So if you have Miss Ada Wong on the team with Jill Valentine would have to use her burst skill before you enter the full burst, which means, yes, Jill and Ada, I'm not going to keep calling them their full names, it's just silly now. Ada and Jill will work together. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. Generally, from the bottom of my heart, I don't like spreading misinformation. I'm so wrong. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. So now this changes a lot of different things for me, because it's like, what do I tell my people to do? An anniversary with 2 pilgrims is coming up, and it's coming up in 4 weeks. I don't know why people keep saying an anniversary is happening in 2 months. The anniversary will start in October. We're at the end of September, basically, y'all. The anniversary will start at the end of October, and not like Halloween. I'm talking like a week before the end of October. The final week of October is when the anniversary will start. So, I do want to make this video, and it is important because now it's like, what do you do? I do feel like out of Ada Wong and Jill Valentine, Ada Wong is the better character overall. She's going to have longer longevity and stuff like that. Not only that, like, this changes a lot of things, because when I read Ada Wong and I read her kit essentially as well, I read it as in, like, you're going to be alternating between her and Crown completely. So I got both of their kits completely. Both of my videos, I had wrong information there, because I did not realize. When I read it, I was not thinking of what it said. I was just thinking of another character that had some type of a similar wording. Now, I never actually knew Crown said previously or anything like that, right? I just knew Arcana said that. Right? And obviously she's a newer character, so she's more fresh in my memory than Crown, even though I use Crown all the time. I just never look at Crown's kit again. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I know how Crown works, I just never use her kit. But I don't know why that didn't clock in my head. I'm so sorry, actually, genuinely. But yeah, Ada Wong is 100% going to be the better character, because this is a fantastic Flex Burst 3 character. Like, you don't necessarily need to have her with Jill Valentine, but her and Jill Valentine work 100%, right? Her and Jill Valentine will 100% be working together, right? 100, 110%, they will work together. I'm so sorry. But I do think this right here is very good, especially for true damage DPSs like Miss Ein. Ein is a really good character who's going to get this type of buff, because Ein has true damage, right? And if you don't know what true damage is, true damage ignores defense, right? Ein has true damage, what's it called, from her near feather attacks, right? And she summons 6 of them when you use her burst skill. She gives herself a true damage buff. She gets herself a 70% attack buff when you enter the burst stage 3, and she gives herself a charge damage buff, and again, a more of a charge damage buff anytime she attacks with a full charge. So yes, Miss freaking Ada Wong is 110% going to be the better character, not just for Ein, just for anybody in general. Like, even if a character doesn't have true damage, like, for example, Cinderella, or, you know, who else? Scarlet, Black Shadow, right? Yeah, if they all have true damage, the attack buff that they're getting from an attacker is still going to be very, 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 very big. So Ada Wong 100% is a better character to go for. I feel like Jill Valentine is not necessarily a bad character to go for. It's just more like another electric DPS, right? You don't necessarily need her You know what I mean? You gotta be realistic here. The anniversary character is gonna dunk on both of these characters, and if we're talking burst 3 DPS, Cinderella exists, Ein exists, and I guess Scarlet exists realistically, right? I would say Isabel, but not really. But and Summer Niece exists as well, right? I think obviously Miss what's her name? Jill Valentine is gonna hit harder than Summer Niece 100%. I don't want to say 100%. I feel like Jill is gonna hit harder than Summer Niece, but if you do look at electric DPSs, you have Scarlet, and she's really good with Trina, so let's just take her out because it is what it is. But Trina's a burst 2. So maybe, like, it's not a must-have. I feel like this character would be, like, realistically, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I feel like you not having this character might be, like, something that's going to cuck you later on. That's what I feel like. I feel like if you don't have Ada Wong later on in the future, you are going to be cucked. In the sense of, like, she's going to have one of those skill ones and just probably just overall kit where it's like, oh, you wish you had her. You know what I mean? Like, I could see this character going to be like a lot of people's go-to burst 3. I could see this girl going to be a lot of people's go-to burst 3 flex unit. I'm not even gonna lie, even when it comes to myself, when I have my you know, if I'm not running Monstrous Trio, of course, and I just want another flex burst 3 that is of, like, you know, just a general good for like burst 3 flex character, like, I do struggle to pick that go-to character, right? So I do think this Ada Wong character could be that for a lot of different people, regardless if she is giving them a true damage buff or not, because she's healing them as well, right? She's healing them. She's healing them, and she's giving them an attack buff of 60% of an attacker's. She's an attacker, right? So her stats are going to be better than, like, a supporter having this effect, like Crown. Crown gives you 64% of the caster's attack, but she's a supporter. You get what I mean? This is a regular attacker giving you a 60% attack buff of the caster's attack. Like, that's way better than a supporter doing that, right? Not to mention Ada Wong herself, if you were to use her as an on-field character, she seems like she's going to do damage regardless. Like, she seems like she will 110% do a lot of damage. So I feel like this character is just going to be one of them generational characters. I feel like Jill Valentine is literally just going to be a worse or just slightly better version of Ein, right? The only thing about, I guess, the only difference between Jill and Ein is that Ein has her near feathers to do additional damage, and then Jill Valentine has her sustained damage to do additional damage. But they're both the same in the sense of, like, they're relying on their normal attacks to do the damage. The only thing is Ein gives herself a lot more. Like, she gives herself a charge damage buff, she gives herself true damage buff, she gives herself an attack buff, she gives herself more charge damage buff, and then she deals additional attack, or not additional attack, but she deals, like, final attack as true damage, you know, for her near feathers. Right? Not to mention, I guess she technically has an AoE with her near feathers. That affects 10 enemies just with her near feathers, to be honest. So, I don't know. I feel like maybe, honestly, your team could just be Ein, Jill Valentine, and Ada Wong, right? That could 100% just be your team, right? Because if we are talking electric, I know a lot of people are now running this Rouge, Cinderella, Scarlet, Trina comp. Like, a lot of people are running that. So that could be your first electric team, and then your second electric team can just be Jill Valentine, Ein, and then Ada Wong. And you're gonna have quite the rotation there. But, like, that's if you realistically need that. Again, I don't even know what the anniversary character is going to do, but I know it's going to be 110% better than anything these two characters can muster up. So it's going to be hard for me to tell you guys what to do there. But if you are wondering who you should summon for, I'm not going to sit there and say, should you summon for them, right? If you want to summon for them, that's completely up to you. But if you're asking who, Ada Wong is clearly going to be the character with better longevity. And then Jill Valentine is going to be a pretty decent DPS, but it's like another DPS. This is more of like a sub DPS that's going to be generational. It's just another DPS in the game. So that's that. But again, I 110% apologize because that's 2 videos, my last 2 videos literally with false information, because I literally said that Ada Wong wouldn't give her buff until the next person used their burst 3, the next rotation. That's completely wrong information. I am sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I have a community that does correct me. You guys lynch me when you do it, right? Rather than telling me like, yo, you're wrong. You guys do lynch me and say you're either, you know, anyways, regardless if you do lynch me or not, Thank you guys so much for correcting me. I have to make this video as soon as possible. So yeah, it's your boy Zxous. I'm out. Peace.